Today is actually the second day that we are going to be studying Jamapur. Okay. So I will just first present the slide and then we will start talking from there. Can you see the slide?
Yes.
So first things first, what we had done last time, let us see. This was last week what we had done. Last week we realized that Udayam and Arudam go in the
and
clockwise direction, correct? That was one.
Yes.
Then we realized that Kavipu, which is shown as Chhatra,
Anti-clock.
and Jama planets go in the anti-clockwise. Okay.
Hmm.
Then we also realized that Kavipu catches only the Jama planets, but will damage the house and the planets. Any doubt up to this point?
No.
Okay. So inner circle and outer circle. ये जो inner circle है, this goes in the anti-clockwise direction, like how I showed the arrows. बरोबर?
Yes.
Outer circle goes in these blue arrows, so it goes in the anti-clockwise direction. Outer planets are called Jama planets. Inner मैंने अभी इधर से erase कर दिया, so that there is no confusion. But inside जो घूमते हैं वो अपना regular transit planets है. ये है. Now this Arudam, sorry sir, Udayam, ये Udayam जो है, this Udayam goes in the clockwise direction. Arudam goes in the clockwise direction. Chhatra,
Yes.
Kavipu goes in the ulta direction. Okay, this is one. Second thing which you have to, now we are going to the next today's class. First, very important thing which you have to sort of ingrain in your head or you have to write down somewhere is that these points where the degree changes. Okay, today for convenience I have written over here 0 degrees, 30 degrees, 60, 90. So it's all a 30-30 ka progression. Barabar? So whenever you talk of, let's say, a 255 degree, so you have to understand that it comes within this thing only. If you talk of 121 degree, so it will come within this fellow. 120, 150. Okay, simple. So ye ho gaya. Now this degree system also last time we had discussed. I'll just elaborate on that. We had realized that from here to here, wo mera arrow dikh raha hai na? Aapke samajh? What I'm drawing, you can see. Na? So basically,
Manish, can I interrupt you here for a second? Just one sec. अभी ये हमने लिखा है कि okay, 210, 240, 270, ठीक है? अभी it should the 360, the last one, 12 should be 330, na? Then only it will go to complete 360.
बरोबर 30, 60,
Right?
90, 120, 150, 180, 210, 240.
240 नीचे आना था actually.
नहीं ये बराबर है 210 to 240 है.
नहीं 210 to 240 next पे ही हो जाएगा ना.
अरे बाबा ये 120 to 150 है, 150 to 180 है, 180 to 110, 210 है, 210 से 240, 240 to 270, 270 से 300.
नहीं ये गलत हुआ है, ये जो है 210 के बाद 2.
Okay, there is a typing error in this, so let me just tell you what.
No, I understood that it's a typing error.
Let it be on, you know, but the people who are listening to the thing later on won't know. So basically, this is 0 ka thing. This is 30. The 60 should come here. Okay, so this is 60. 60 to 90. So 90 will be here. 90 to 120. 90 to 120. 120. 0 to 30.
सब सही है, बस 240 नीचे आएगा, सब ठीक हो जाएगा.
30 to 60, 60 to 90, 90 to 120, 120 to 150, 150 to 180, 180 to 210, 210 to 240, 240 to 270, 270 to 300, 300 to 330, 330 to 360, 0. ऐसे आएगा. So this is the thing. Okay. So now just pay attention over here. Whenever we have to see this, now what we realized was from here to here, there are 30, 30, 30, 90 degrees over here. Correct? So 30, we have got 1, 2, 3 boxes across that 90. And here from here to here, we have got only 2 boxes. So the planets in this box basically travel 45, 45 degrees.
45 degrees,
Correct?
yes.
And these travel 30, 30 degrees. Okay.
Yes.
So now if you have to see this 42 degree fellow, will it come here? It will not come here because this is from 0 to 30. So 42 will come somewhere here in this line. Barabar? Am I right? Have you understood? This is a very important thing. If you don't understand this, then everything will go wrong. Prithviben, you understood this?
Yes, yes, yes.
Rashmi, you understood? Shipra, you have joined in. I didn't see you. Shipra, are you there?
Yeah, hi.
Your camera
I
is
am
not on, so I
actually a
couldn't
little, yeah, actually I'm outside.
Okay.
So I'm just trying to listen into the lesson
Okay.
still. So I've just switched off the, yeah, but I'm understanding.
Okay. Okay. So basically now what we are trying to understand is the correct placement of this, because that is where the mistakes happen. Okay. So basically when we talk of 42 degrees, it is shown over here, but it is not here. You have to know where it is. So 42 degrees comes here. 87, the Saturn is shown here, but is the Saturn there? No, because this is 0 to 30, 30 to 60, 60 to 90. So 87 will come here somewhere. When we talk of
Yes.
132, it is 90 to 120. So the 32 will come, 132 will come somewhere here. 120 to 150. बराबर, तो ये इधर नहीं आने वाला. 150 to 180. So this fellow will come here somewhere. All clear on this? This is the
Yes.
most important thing. Most of these guys are making mistakes over here only at this point. Okay. So now I'll go to the next thing. Now just pay attention. These components, 5 or 6 components, whatever, or maybe more of them, they are the actual secret backbone of the analysis. Once you understand these, whatever I've boxed here, or maybe I'll put it in a box only. This, once you understand this, you have understood the actual backbone of JAMA code. Okay. So now let's try to understand what this is. What all you need to identify. Okay. So just understand this properly, and that is what you're going to be practicing through the week next time. First of all, identify the Udayam Lord. It is presumed that you have identified the Udayam, Arudam, and the Kavipu. Okay, that is presumed. So you have identified by watercolor coding and all that. Identify the Udayam Lord. So यहाँ पर Udayam Lord कौन है? Udayam Lord over here is Saturn, 10th Rashi. Okay. Then once you have identified the Udayam Lord, you have to find out whether the Udayam Lord is Shubh or Ashubh, auspicious or inauspicious, weak or strong. Okay, basically you have to get the status of the Udayam Lord. So Udayam Lord is Saturn. Okay. Saturn rules over which all houses? This house and this house. And Saturn is seated where? Here. So it is in the 3rd house. Okay. And just now in transit, which I have erased here for the sake of this thing, it is also seated here. Saturn is in the 10th Rashi right now. No? So it is here. So what this tells us is basically that Saturn, Udayam Lord, is concerned. This is house number 1 because this is the Udayam. So it is concerned with 1. It is concerned with 12. It is again concerned with 12. And it is concerned with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is 5th. This is 12th. This is 1st. Correct? So this tells us a story. All these what we are doing here now are going to tell us the story. Okay. So let me clear this. So basically, first thing what we are doing here is we are identifying the position of the Udayam Lord. Okay. And understanding its potency. So Udayam Lord Saturn is the Lord of this house and this house, seated in this house in the Jama, and in the transit it is seated here. Correct? So basically we are looking at Saturn per se 1, 12, 5. So that takes care of this point. Okay, very important. I'm going a little slow so that it seeps in properly. And then once you have understood it, then it's fine. Now, next one is you have to find out which planet is approaching the Udayam. Always Jama planet, you have to see. So Jama planets are moving in this direction, correct? Like this. Now, which planet is approaching Udayam? Is this fellow with Udayam or this fellow with Udayam? So you have to draw a line. That's why the next I'm going to show you how to draw the this thing also. So Udayam is 308. So this is what? This is 300 to 330. Barabar? Then 330 to 360, no? 300 to 3. So Udayam is 308. So let us say 300 to 330, but it is somewhere over here. Can we say that? This is 308. Sun is 3012. Uske upar aa gaya towards 360. So can we say that the sun is actually approaching the Udayam? Because this is the sun and this is the Udayam and the direction of movement is here. So sun is approaching Udayam. Did you understood the doubt? Not understood. Okay, one minute.
I
Manish,
understood the degrees. I didn't
Ah.
understand how
Okay.
sun is approaching the Udayam.
I will tell you.
Manish,
Yes.
is it having sun past Udayam because from 308 and sun is 312, so isn't it ahead? Oh, but it is
Direction
going
of-
in the opposite direction.
Nee,
Okay,
nee,
okay.
nee. One minute. I'm explaining that. Just give me 1 minute. See, Prithiben, Prithiben, just understand. All of you understand. Prithiben asked the question. That's what I'm saying. This is 300 degree ka line.
Right.
This is 330 का line. बरोबर? अब ये
Yes.
mouse के साथ I cannot draw proper. Anyways, so basically the movement is from here 300, 310, 320, 330. बरोबर?
Now I understood. So the sun is approaching the Udayam because
हाँ.
it is in 312 degrees.
Correct. So now let me change the color for you. अभी 312 अपने को देखना है sun and Udayam का 308 देखना है. बरोबर ना? तो यहाँ से 300 बोला तो पहला 308 आएगा, उसके बाद में 3012 आएगा ना. तो ये sun है और ये Udayam है. And the direction of movement is here. So sun is approaching Udayam. Chitra, have you understood? Was this your question? I couldn't
Yeah,
hear.
yeah, got it. Huh.
So basically we are saying that sun is approaching Udayam. Okay, ये ध्यान में ले लो. Either most of these guys are making terrible mistakes. ना ये in that advanced group. मेरे group में मैंने उनको सिखा दिया. But here it is major mistakes है. Because what happens is visually it is looking like the snake is approaching Udayam, ना? ऐसे लग रहा है. Visually अगर देखो तो ये इधर आ रहा है ऐसे लग रहा है ना? Because it is moving in this direction. बरोबर ना? समझ में आ रहा है? It is visually, but this is wrong. Huh? So this is you have to understand. So now all these that we are doing are going to point at the query. Just understand deeper and deeper. Mistake which most people make is एक में मिल गया ना तो वहां पर छोड़ देते. So you only understand okay this is something related to father. But अगर father का business का है कि health का है कि क्या है मालूम नहीं पड़ता. So now this guy who's approaching the thing is going to tell you some story. So which one is approaching sun? So initially अपने को क्या मिला था? We had got this house. We had got this house twice, if you remember, in the first thing, and then we had got this house, fifth house. Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, fifth house. बराबर ना? ये मिला था, right? Now we have got sun on top of that. So let us keep adding on to it. So this house, okay, which is the Udayam ka house, it is ruling over the 12th house twice over. So 12th house is hospital. Okay. 5th house could be something related to stomach, maybe. And sun could be father. So as of now, we are still not 100% sure, but we are coming to that. So basically, if I put sun, Udayam, 12th house, 5th house, okay. And if you want to go still further, this is the house of Mercury. Okay, so Mercury is seated in the 8th house. If you see 117, that is 150 to 180 ka isme na. Am I going too deep? Jasti samajh mein aa raha hai sabko? So basically what I'm trying to say, let me make it simpler. What I'm trying to say is we got a connection between this house and the 12th house, this house and the 5th house, sun. Okay.
ये 5th house से connection because we knew or we
No, we did this, no? Udayam Lord ka we said, no, where is Saturn seated? Saturn is seated here, no? Saturn
Okay,
is seated
got
in this
it.
house. Huh.
Got it, got it.
I think I should change the color. This color is not seen properly. Sun, Saturn, Udayam Lord seated in this house. So basically, ये Udayam का house connected with the fifth house, connected with this house. Correct? ये house का Lord कौन Mercury है? वो कहाँ पर बैठा है? यहाँ पर बैठा है. ये उदयम का क्या है? 8वां घर है. If you remember the first class, I told you how to read it. 7 and 8. So what is it telling so far? 8th house is a house of operations, medical this thing, some big disease. 5th can be the father. Mercury can also be something nerve related or something like that. Sun, again father. Sun is also the stomach in a way. Okay. So we are slowly creeping towards it. So let us not get into the analysis just now. We need to concentrate on it. ये समझ में है, ये समझ में है. बराबर? Now let us go to the next one is this point. Very important. Udayam to Arudam and Udayam to Kavipu. I am taking this in one breath. Okay. You will understand why. Udayam to Arudam and Udayam to Kavipu का गिनती करो. Udayam कहाँ पर है? यहाँ पर है. Arudam कहाँ पे है? यहाँ पे है. Kavipu कहाँ पे है? यहाँ पे है. So what are the houses from Udayam to Arudam is how much? 1, 2, 3, 4. Udayam to Kavipu is how much? 2. Kavipu कौन से घर में बैठा है? 2 में बैठा है. किसके साथ बैठा है? Snake के साथ बैठा है. So first, if you see this, Udayam to Arudam is showing 4. 4th is again something stomach related, if you remember, chest and stomach, that area, chest, okay, thoracic thing. Second is again food related. Snake is like a pipe, esophagus. Snake is also confusion. So you see how, and by the way, I have not analyzed this before, I am doing it on the spot. So it is not that I've prepared or something. So you all can also button if there's any mistake, what I'm doing. I have not rehearsed this at all. Are you understanding how it is building up? So let us just concentrate on this, not the analysis. I'm just telling the analysis to add some interest to it. So basically the distance between Udayam and Arudam and Udayam and Kavipu tell you the story further. And Kavipu जिसको catch कर रहा है, and Kavipu कौन से घर में बैठा है और किस planet के साथ बैठा है, tell you a story. What is the story? Kavipu catching that thing is telling you which thing it is going to damage, destroy, sorry, not damage, destroy. And where it is seated and with whom it is seated, it is going to damage that. Now, how you are supposed to remember this is, look, I cannot draw with a mouse, but imagine that this is a crocodile, okay? ये समझो crocodile है, ऐसे उसका मुंह खुला है इधर से. तो ये झपट के इसको पकड़ रहा है, यानी it is destroying it ना, इसको पूरा मार देगा वो. पर जाते जाते उसके मूवमेंट के वजह से इसको खराब कर देगा. It is going to spoil this. So basically, Kavipu catching a planet destroys the planet, and it is always a Jama planet. वो ध्यान में रखो, always a Jama planet. But it destroys some part of the seated house and the planet. Clear? So if we put all this together and see what we have here. So Udayam se Arudam 4. Udayam se Kavipu 2. Kavipu seated in the house number 2. So 2 को कुछ तो भी और destroy कर रहा है, और 2 can be the cause of the problem. Snake के साथ बैठा है. Snake is also confusion. So if you see this, house number 2 is food. This house which we had got was stomach. This was also in a way stomach in one way. This 2 is food, stomach, confusion.
I also see 12th, this is in the 12th Rashi, so it is loss. Again, uska jo Lord hai, that is Jupiter, so it will grow, is it?
नहीं, इनफैक्ट जुपिटर जिधर रहता है वो उसको भला कर देता है, it rectifies the problem. But here you are looking at the 12th राशि, you are supposed to look at it from the houses. So ये अगर उदयम है तो इधर से second house है. Okay, let me just finish the few points, then you say that. अभी let us up till now जो अपन ने किया है ना उसका अपन ने capitalize करते हैं. We saw that Udayam is here, correct? Udayam Lord Saturn is here, which is seated in this house, 5th from the fellow, correct? Udayam is seated there and Udayam is ruling this house. This was the first thing that we saw. So when we say Udayam is here, that is considered as 1. So we got 1, 12 and 5. Correct? So 1, I don't know why we took father, frankly speaking. 1 is the self. उसके खुद का ही problem है. 1, self. 5, maybe could be child or maybe the stomach. Okay, maybe, I don't know. I'm actually not using my brain, I'm just talking. 12, something related to hospitalization or foreign settlement also. See how it is opening up now. Okay, then we said that Udayam to Arudam was 4, Udayam to Kavipu was 2, snake seated over there. So one another option जो दिख रहा है क्या है वो कि Udayam Lord is connected with this house and this house, 12th and 5th. 5th house of child, 12th house of foreign settlement. Udayam to Arudam is 4. Udayam to Kavipu is 2. Kavipu is damaging 2. And it is connected to snake. So the snake is a hurdle. So Kavipu catching the snake, I think I'm going far too deep. It is thoda bouncer ja raha hai na. Let me 1 minute. I realize I'm going too deep. It will confuse you. 1 minute. Sorry. Let's just start from.
So we are understanding. Rashmi?
Yeah. No, you all are understanding, but the thing is you will not understand the basics. Let me do it. Let me do it my way. 1 minute. Let me just first explain to you what all has to be identified. I'm actually getting to the analysis which I shouldn't, because it will be too deep for you. And I'm actually getting confused because मेरे को आस्ते-आस्ते हलो बोलना पड़ता है. See, these are the 5 or 6 things. Okay, all these, including the green ones, are the ones which you need to identify to understand whether the query is right or wrong. Simple. एक minute, let me stop the sharing. एक जरा ध्यान दो इधर. See, there are 2 components which I have understood. One is the basic query ka verification, and second is the analysis, and obviously it all leads to the answer. 3 things. Now verification ke time, these 7 or 8 or 10 of them, those nodes which we'll be talking today, those nodes actually end up telling you a big story. So it just doesn't stop at verification. जो मैं आज group में बोल रहा था ना, it shouldn't stop at the query, but it should tell you all these other points also, about his wife, about his son, about his parents, about his job, about XYZ, whatever. So ये जो भी लाल and green point जो मैं कर रहा हूँ, these are basically meant for verification of the query. But if you identify as many of them as possible, you will get deeper and deeper into the story. Okay, so let us just understand what all we have to identify. Okay, so first thing we already spoke, identify Udayam Lord and identify its potency. The Udayam Lord either समझो Saturn है. We are just discussing this. Udayam Lord rules over what? This house, 10th Rashi, 11th Rashi and 10th Rashi. Saturn बैठा कहाँ पर है? यहाँ पर बैठा है. This thing will go off in 10 minutes. Huh? We might need to log back and save this. Correct? इतना identify किया? Okay. We don't do any this thing. Now we have to understand. ये अभी अपन ने किया. Udayam Lord we identify which houses, Lord of which houses, house of this house and this house. म्हणजे क्या? First house and 12th house. Okay. ये मालूम पड़ा. Now second one what we are saying is identify the planet approaching Udayam. So we realize that sun is approaching Udayam. Okay, ये हो गया. Now this one. Identify Udayam to Arudam and Udayam to Kavipu. So we understood this is Udayam to Arudam 1, 2, 3, 4. Udayam to Kavipu 1, 2. Okay. Then we have to see Kavipu catching what. So Kavipu is catching this one or is it catching this one? Now again the same question. 353. ये अपना 330 से लेके 360 तक है. बराबर. So 353 is somewhere here, that is Kavipu, going in this direction. Snake is 357 going in this direction. So Kavipu is not catching snake, Kavipu is catching sun. वापस बोलो. Kavi, इसका
Please repeat this last.
Snake is going in the opposite direction. Or nahi, Kavipu is going in the opposite direction.
Both are the same ना. Kavipu and Jama are always anti-clockwise ना. सब ये मैंने blue arrow जो किया है वो दोनों का है. ये देखो ना मैंने arrow भी करके रखा है इसमें.
ओके मतलब कविपु जो है वो भी एंटी क्लॉकवाइज ही घूमेगा हमेशा.
अरे वो तो बेसिक है ना. Now don't go back to zero now. वो ही था ना. I said ना Jama planets, Jama मस्जिद उल्टा, कविपु उल्टा, बाकी सब सुल्टा. बरोबर. वो don't mix up होता है ना. You make a big blunder होता है. Now we have to see only two things, right? कविपु किसको पकड़ रहा है. Confusion किस बारे में है कि वो most probably ऐसा लग रहा है कि इसको पकड़ रहा है. So let us see whether it is right or wrong. कविपु का डिग्री कितना है? 353. Snake का डिग्री कितना है? 357. This box from here to here is 330 to 360. So 353, let us say, comes somewhere here. 357 उसके ऊपर आएगा ना, यहाँ पर आएगा ना. And they are all going in this direction. ये कविपु हो गया, ये स्नेक हो गया. तो कविपु ये डायरेक्शन में जा रहा है ना. स्नेक तो उसके पीछे रह गया. तो किसको पकड़ेगा वो? सन को पकड़ेगा. You have to practice this 100 times. Because you know what? Just now I also said by mistake without calculating कि Chhatra is catching snake. Chhatra catching snake, I'll tell you later on. Snake is a hurdle. Chhatra catching snake में snake ने hurdle को पकड़ लिया, hurdle निकल गया, दुरुस्त हो गया. ये ऐसा दुरुस्त नहीं है. ये इधर ही पकड़ रहा है. Most probably फादर के हेल्थ का ही प्रॉब्लम निकलेगा. ये जनरल कोई some arbit case है. But you understand where the mistakes happen? Prithiban, have you understood the degree? You not understood. I can explain again if you want to. Understood. Okay. Raghav, you understood? Shikra, you understood?
Yeah, I understood.
Okay. This is the most important point and the place where all the mistakes happen. Okay. So now once you have got this, we have to see next. ये अपन ने देखा. Then you have to see where that Kavipu is seated and with whom it is seated. So Kavipu is seated with whom? In which house? Second house में बैठा है. किसके साथ बैठा है? अभी उधर planet में. But let us say उधर, let us say for discussion से Venus बैठा है. Let us say. So Venus को और second house के कारक तत्वों को damage करेगा. But ये जो सूर्य को पकड़ रहा है, वो सूर्य को destroy करेगा. सूर्य के कारक तत्व. Okay. Let's not get deeper into that. Then we also have to see the planet which is approaching Arudam. So Arudam is at 36 degrees. So 30 to 60 के बीच में 36 degree पे है. Okay. Arudam is going in this direction. But उसका direction है. कौन सा planet is coming towards Arudam अपन देख रहे हैं ना. तो ये okay. This is actually very interesting thing. Let me mark it here. Arudam 36 degrees पे. म्हणजे let us say ये 30 to 60 है, 30 to 40 में ये यहाँ पर ये 36 पे Arudam आ गया. Okay, now just see कितना mistakes होता है. Moon 42 पे म्हणजे 30 and 12 more. 42 पे moon है. Moon ये direction में जा रहा है. Arudam ये direction में जा रहा है. Saturn जो है वो 87 है. This is 60 to 90. So Arudam is here. अरे Saturn is here going in this direction. So let me write it down for you. ये जो है ये 36 डिग्री पे आरूढ़म है, ये 42 डिग्री पे मून है और ये 87 डिग्री पे सैटर्न है. So we have to see which planet is approaching Arudam. Can you see moon is approaching Arudam from 43 to 36. अगर ये कैलकुलेट नहीं किया तो we will say that Saturn is approaching Arudam. You understand the mistake over here? All of you understood? If you don't understand, you will immediately tell, so I will go on further. This is the degree का तूफान होगा. Shipra, you want to say something?
Yeah, I'm a little confused.
Okay.
I thought that Saturn would be approaching Arudam.
See, okay.
But,
let me make it simple. अभी अपने को क्या देखना है? We have to see आरूढ़म, कौन सा प्लैनेट आरूढ़म को कनेक्ट हो रहा है, बराबर सूत्र? आरूढ़म is at 36 degrees. Can you see this?
Right.
Okay. Now this quadrant from here to here is from 30 degrees to 60 degrees. So 36 has to come somewhere in that.
Yeah.
Ambiguous planets कौन सा आ रहा है? Can be moon or it can be Saturn. Correct? Which one is approaching?
Yeah.
Ambiguity है ना, यहाँ ऐसे मालूम नहीं पड़ा फट करके. Now
Correct,
the thing
correct.
is,
So,
now you see the degree. Moon का degree 42 है. So if we say from here to here it is 30 to 60. So 30 to 60, 30 degrees. So you can say that 30 to 40, 40 to 50. ये अभी अपन divisions कर लेते हैं. तो 36 बोला, so 30 to 40 इसके बीच में इधर किधर तो ये 30 डिग्री 36 आ गया, which is आरूढ़म. Moon is 42,
Yeah.
so 30 to 40 और उससे थोड़ा आगे जाके ये moon आ गया.
correct.
ये तो वो घर में गया, आगे गया. Now this moon is going in this direction. Let me make an arrow for that. This moon is a JAMA planet. It is going this side.
Right.
What is this guy? This guy is the Arudam. So moon is approaching Arudam.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Saturn is also approaching Arudam, but उसके पहले तो moon आके connect हो गया.
Correct.
Most important, huh? Most important degree. Okay. अभी समझ में आया ना? This is the practice which you'll have to you'll be doing now this entire week. अभी
Yeah.
1 minute 40 है, 1 minute 40. So it's just 1.5 minutes. So let us just discuss because this is going to disconnect and then I'll start afresh. तो इससे मालूम क्या पड़ा अपने को कि the degree of the planet is the deciding factor. If you do not consider the degree, you are going to catch the wrong planets. तो कैसे देखने का? मैं actually हाथ से करता हूँ इसे. So if you see, all of you just see, if you start from first Rashi, it is going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 like this, then like this, and then like this. So if we are talking about मेरा हाथ पे तो my hand was stuck like आशीर्वाद दे रहा हूँ. So basically, if you say 300 to 330 के बीच में अपन खेल रहे हैं, and it is 310 or 320, you have to understand 310 comes here, then it rises up and becomes 320. So if something is going this way, this guy is going towards that. But if it's a JAMA जो उल्टा आ रहा है, this guy is coming towards this. If you're talking the XY plane, if you're talking of 180 to 240 के बीच वाला, 210 के बीच वाला, so 180 से जाके टक 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 210 होता है. So यहाँ से जाके 190 will come here, and 210 will or 28 will come here. So if it's a JAMA planet, this fellow is coming this side. If it's a normal planet, this fellow is going this side. इतना ही ध्यान में रखना. Okay, now it will shut now. So log in again.